Hello everybody and welcome to another WWE 13 Universe Mode episode of War. So, I have edited up the weekly matchups a little bit more. Heat is now our superstars for the week. It'll feature both SmackDown and War superstars. So, let's get to it. I will not be showing highlights, I will just be simulating. So Jeff Hardy taking on Kevin Nash. Jeff Hardy loses to Kevin Nash. Mark Henry taking on Triple H. Triple H wins. Yoshitatsu and Antonio Cesaro. This is from SmackDown. Antonio Cesaro. Brock Lesnar versus the Rated R Superstar Edge. The Intercontinental Championship Lesnar. And Lesnar wins. And our main event, for some reason, is Jimmy Uso versus Damien Sandow. And Jimmy Uso wins. Alright, going over to SmackDown. John Cena, the Doctor of Thugonomics, taking on Jimmy Uso. John Cena obviously wins that. That is obviously overalls. Christian versus Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes with the upset. Karma taking on Nikki Bella. Karma wins. A triple threat between Chris Jericho, Alberto Del Rio, and Daniel Bryan. I'm going to put my money on Alberto Del Rio. And I lost Chris Jericho. And a tag match is the main event. Really bad main event, but it's not my show, so... Heath Slater and Antonio Cesaro win against Yoshitatsu and Jey Uso. Now on to our show. This will get edited if needed. Booker T and Triple H taking on Kevin Nash and Dolph Ziggler. I wonder which Triple H this is going to be. Just going by that weird thing that happened the other night, I'm going to go check. I'm going to go edit the tag teams because it's not good to have, just DX. They have Triple H 99. You know what? I'm going to trade. I'm going to get the older Triple H. Triple H. Accept changes. Okay. Let's see how that affected War tonight. Oh, we got a tag team match between our WWF champion Shawn Michaels and Triple H against the ECW tag team champions Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy to kick things off tonight. Kelly taking on Trish Stratus. Rey Mysterio taking on Mark Henry. Brock Lesnar and The Miz. And a number one contenders match between CM Punk and Edge. Now, which title is that for? Is that for the... Yeah, that's for the WWF Championship. That sounds like a good enough match card for me. Except Rey Mysterio and Mark Henry. I don't really like that. I'm going to turn that into a fatal four-way. We're going to make it... We'll make it Rey Mysterio, Stone Cold, John Cena, and Mark Henry. That sounds better. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so our first match of the night is Matt and Jeff, the Hardy Boys, taking on Triple H and the WWF champion Shawn Michaels in a tag team match. D-Generation X back in action one more time here in War. And here comes our first entrant, the Hardy Boys. The Hardys are coming off a win against CM Punk and Randy Orton on last week's edition of War.
The following tag team contest is scheduled for one fall. On the way to the ring, the ECW World Tag Team champions, Matt R.E., Jeff R.E., and the Agents.
I got both of them off Community Creations. I'm not sure who. I will find that out. Now our second participant, D-Generation X, are entering the ring in their usual crazy Attitude Era entrance. They don't have the tank entrance in this game, like, well, they've never had that. But that'd be a really cool entrance to add into the 2K14 games. And here they come.
At a total combined weight of 485 pounds, Triple H, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X.
DX, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. WWE Tag Team Champions. And between the two of them, Michaels and Triple H have held so much gold. Matt Hardy with a big strike, a clothesline, he starts off again. And Triple H looking like he's underdogging this. Matt Hardy slams him down to the mat. He's picking him up once again. Throws him against the against the ropes. And Hardy with a big leg drop. Not a leg drop. A atomic pop. I forget what that's called. Atomic drop. That's what it's called. Now Triple H has him by the leg. Triple H can't quite get the punch there. And he's got Matt Hardy in a grapple. Nope. Hardy counters. Hardy throws him against the ropes. And he bumps into Triple H. Throws him over the top rope. Goes off the ropes. Here he comes. And he knocks him off the apron. And he's going over the top rope. And he hits him over the top rope. 1 on the count from the ref to get back in the ring. As Jeff Hardy throws him back in the ring. Now Matt Hardy tags in his brother Jeff. Oh, and now Shawn Michaels, WWF champion, taking on Jeff Hardy. Atomic drop. Hardy with a clothesline, another atomic drop. And a big flying forearm. Hardy's got Michaels in the corner. Whisper in the wind. He picks him up again. Hardy with a huge clothesline. Off the second rope. And he's doing the Hardy symbol. Goes up top. 450 splash. I didn't know Hardy could do a 450 splash, but apparently he can. And we all know he could do this. Twist of fate. And now Hardy up top. Swanton bomb. Goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Match over. Hardy Boys win again. Hardy Boys win again. And Jeff Hardy owns a victory over Shawn Michaels, the WWF champion. What does that mean for the future of the title? Although there's a number 1 contenders match here tonight, that would definitely put Hardy in the running for an Intercontinental Championship spot at least. But Shawn Michaels has lost to Jeff Hardy. Okay, our second match of the night is Kelly taking on the WWF Women's Champion Trish Stratus. Kelly making her war debut.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring. From Jacksonville, Florida, Kelly.
Alright, the WWF Women's Champion Trish Stratus.
In the ring, from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, the WWE Women's Champion, Trish Stratus.
Trish Stratus, one of the greatest women champions of all WWF history. Now Trish got Kelly from behind. Kelly counters. And a big face buster to from Kelly. Kelly picks her up and throws her down. And kind of hits her with a leg. But Trish sends her out of the ring with a clothesline. Off the apron with the axe handle. Picks her up again. And tosses her into the barricade. What's she gonna do now? This is very extreme for a Divas match. Trish must be in a bad mood or something against Kelly here. It looks like she's just taking out rage and a big headbutt. I've never seen Trish like this before. Something must have snapped. Now another clothesline. Another clothesline. A big missile drop kick from Trish. Tosses her into the ring post. Oh, and again. This is not going to be good for Kelly's boyfriend. Oh, and a big clothesline. Another one. This isn't JBL's clotheslines, but they're okay. Is she off the ropes, running up, spears her onto the barricade, that steel barricade. And she goes after her again outside the ring. She throws her into the ring. And a big elbow to the face. What's this? Trish is going for a steel chair. What? No. She was about to hit her, but Kelly countered. And I think Kelly got a little bit of the chair on that. What? Trish just got disqualified. Everything's dark. What the? Trish is just hitting her on that face with that steel chair. What does this mean? Next matchup here, it's a fatal four-way. John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Steve Austin, and Mark Henry. First up is the 619 master, Rey Mysterio. We haven't seen him in WWE for a while due to an injury. There's speculations going around that he might return for SummerSlam. Could this be true? I would like to see Rey back. But I don't think he's got much more left.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is a fatal four-way match. Making his way to the ring from San Diego, California, weighing 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio.
And next up, the Attitude Era mascot, Stone Cold Steve Austin, making his war debut.
Weighing 252 pounds, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Wait, no, what am I talking about? He already made his debut. John Cena, now he is making his war debut. He is the PG era mascot. AA versus PG. TV14 versus TVPG.
140 pounds, John Cena.
And now, Mark Henry.
And Verible from Silsbee, Texas, weighing 418 pounds, the world's strongest man, Mark Henry.
Mark Henry is very strong. He pulled two trucks on SmackDown a couple weeks ago. And action in the ring. Stone Cold got Rey Mysterio. Pile driver onto the mat. And Mark Henry with a big knee to John Cena. Cena and Henry. Stone Cold and Mysterio, PG versus the Attitude Era. And Stone Cold with a big shot at sending Rey out of the ring. And now all four competitors were out of the ring for a second there. Cena throwing Mark Henry back in the ring. Cena taking Mark Henry's legs out from behind him. Out on the ramp now. Austin and Mysterio are going at it, while Cena and Henry are going out in the ring. The pinfall must be inside the ring. And now, no, don't do it, Austin. Pile driver onto the ramp. Oh, man. A pile driver onto the ramp. And now Cena's got a Boston Crab locked in, it looks like. But he lets him go. And now Henry going outside of the ring. And so is Cena. Now everybody's out of the ring. Rey gets out of the thing that Austin had him in. It was kind of crazy there for a second. It looked like there was two submission moves going at one time. Once again, they have to be in the ring to get a pinfall or submission. Now Austin. Mysterio stopped himself. Is Austin really going to countering? It's fight for survival in that ramp. Oh! Stunner on the ramp. Stunner. Stunner. Austin with the stunner. Now he comes back in the ring. And he attacks Cena from behind. Cena doesn't seem phased. He goes back after Henry. Ducks a clothesline from behind by... Oh, and a big counter. This is hard to say all these words at once. Austin and Cena going at it. The different mascots of the different eras are going at it. Current versus old. New school versus old school. Superhero versus Austin. Or Austin 316. I had to think about that one for a second there. And now Austin sends Cena into the ropes. Rey Mysterio and Henry are going at it together. Henry with big kicks to the stomach. And Austin and Cena going at it on their apron. What? Henry going for the pin. 1, 2, 3. Henry wins. Henry stole a victory from Mysterio. Austin and Cena were going at it on the outside. And Henry wins it. Now Brock Lesnar and The Miz. This is champion versus champion. Intercontinental champion versus Intercontinental champion. The War champion taking on the SmackDown champion.
This is a champion versus champion match set for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 295 pounds, the Intercontinental champion, Brock Lesnar.
And now The Miz, who I think has been getting underlooked. I think he is very talented for that figure 4 that he learned from the Nature Boy Ric Flair.
231 pounds, the Intercontinental champion, The Miz.
And Lesnar and Miz going at it. Lesnar has him in that master lock. I don't really know what the formal title for that is. Lesnar with a big shot to the back, misses with a shot, and Miz throwing Lesnar over his shoulder. Lesnar with a big clothesline and a left hand, or is that a right hand? I'm not sure. Pretty sure it's a right hand. I don't really know who's left-handed in the WWF. Now Lesnar and Miz outside the ring. Lesnar tosses Miz into that steel steps. And now Lesnar, he's a Paul Heyman guy, so I think he must know a thing or two about going extreme. He's a UFC champion, and that's what I meant. He just sent Miz through that announce table. How many announce tables are we going to go through here on War? We're a new show. We can't afford all these announce tables. So they got to start using the disposable tables that we buy and we stick under the ring. Lesnar, big shots to Miz, sending him into the turnbuckle, and slams him onto the mat, throws him over his shoulder, picks him up. Oh, and he's got that lock in. He's broken legs with that Kimura lock, or whatever. I think it's the Kimura lock. Miz isn't gonna tap. He's gotta tap. It's gotta break his arm. He's gonna break his arm. He's gonna break his arm. He's gonna have to forfeit the title. And Miz taps out. But it looks like Lesnar might have fractured that arm at least. Lesnar making a big example of those SmackDown superstars and to our War superstars. Speaking of which, Shield member and Booker T. I didn't know the Shield has invaded Monday Night War. You think you know this? And now, Edge and CM Punk for the #1 contendership for the WWF Championship. And Edge making his way to the ring.
Contest is a #1 contenders match. Making his way to the ring from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, 241 pounds, the Rated R superstar, Edge.
Edge, one of the best to ever live and fight. Now, Punk getting hit from behind. Punk on his entrance just got hit from behind by Daniel Bryan. And he's tossed to the ring. Edge picks him up and gives him a huge clothesline. What was Daniel Bryan doing out there? What did CM Punk do to Bryan? Now Punk counters. Is he getting on the offensive? He gives a big, spearish type move into the turnbuckle. But Edge counters. Punk countered. And hits him with that move. Making his neck fall. Well, hurt. It just bent his head back. Now Edge. Missile drop kick. And an elbow. Another missile drop kick. And Edge taunting Punk here. Punk going for the head with a headlock. And he reverses it. And he does another missile drop kick. Once again, Edge taunting the upside down Punk. And Punk gets hit with another clothesline. Edge just taking out the trash that Daniel Bryan beat up before the match started. And with a Shawn Michaels type move there, Punk springs up, but he's hit right again by Edge, who sets up Executioner. And this means one thing. Time for one of the most painful moves in all of World Wrestling Federation. The spear! Spears him. Here's the pin, one. Only one. But a clothesline, will this finish it off? I bet it will. 1, 2, 3. That's the match. And the Rated R Superstar Edge is the #1 contender.
Finally, thankfully.
How did Edge do it? What did he do with Daniel Bryan to get CM Punk to do this? Did Bryan do it on his own? What is the future for the WWF Championship? Tune in next week for another episode of WWF Universe Mode WWF Monday Night War.